time now for the morning mix, and it's award season. We have the Golden Globes, the Grammys. Now we're having more movie stuff with the SAG Awards. And
there's a lot this weekend.
I know, and I love watching this stuff. It's kind of a precursor for the Academy Awards. So next month that's happening. But some of Hollywood's biggest stars were out and about, turned out for the Screen Actors Guild Awards. That happened last night. It's considered a preview of the Oscars, and it really was an emotional and historic night for one film. The critically acclaimed Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. It took home 4 major SAG Awards. That's the most wins for a single film ever, with first-time awards for several Asian actors.
To all those at home who are watching, who are struggling and waiting to be seen, please keep on going, because the spotlight will one day find you.
This is not just for me. This is for every little girl that looks like me.
Oh, so inspirational. Sally Field received a standing ovation and SAG's Life Achievement Award. And the Whale star, Brendan Fraser, posted his chances for a Best Actor Oscar, winning for male actor in a leading role.
It looked busy last night.
I know.
It was last night.
It was last night,
I was just making sure I was sleeping.
Yeah, I'm seeing it all over Instagram this morning.
All the posts. And so Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, I think, is one of those films that you don't necessarily, you either love it or you don't understand it. I know you and I both talked about it, Amanda, and I just think it's so different and creative. I can see why it's getting all of this Oscar buzz.
I'm still getting through it. It's taken me some time. Our director is obsessed with this movie. He's been talking about it with me for months now. I'm gonna finish it. I like it. I just have a hard time wrapping my head around everything that's going on.
I had the same issue. You really have to put your phone away when you watch this movie. You need to be full eyes on the screen.
She's like, she's talking directly to me.
She's like, here's what you need to do.
I think other people are cleaning or cooking or something while watching.
I think what's so cool about it, though, is that it's like a range of emotions. It's wild and it's funny at times, and then it's so heart-wrenching, and the emotions of the family connection and just where it takes, it's a roller coaster. So but you do have to invest time into it to understand it. So check it out if you have the time. All right, remember that story a little while ago about Lady Gaga's stolen dogs and her dog walker who got shot? Well, it's not over. The Grammy and Oscar award-winning singer is now facing a lawsuit from an accomplice in the theft of her 2 dogs. So originally, the singer offered a $500,000 reward, no questions asked. When Jennifer McBride returned Lady Gaga's dogs, she thought she would get the money. Now McBride's attorney is arguing that by stating no questions asked and failing to pay, she committed a breach of contract, fraud by false promise, and fraud by misrepresentation. Now, McBride was one of the 5 arrested in the crime, which happened back in April of 2021. That's a complicated story because you were involved in the dogs actually being kidnapped and someone got shot in the process.
That's messed up.
Yet you want the money for it?
No.
That's messed up. I don't like that. You don't get the money.
It's dirty.
It is. It is. It's as if they planned it, right? I mean, it's definitely something that they probably considered when you go after a celebrity's animal like that.
Absolutely. No, that's messed up. I hope that Lady Gaga doesn't get sued for that or anything.
That's a lot of money.
And the emotional trauma of having your dog stolen.
That's tough. That's tough.
No matter who you are.
Yeah. All right, let's talk a little baseball. Over to the diamond we go. We are getting new rules implemented this baseball season. A pitch clock shift, restrictions, and larger bases. So what better time to see all of that in action than in spring training? And right away, the pitch clock has made a statement. Red Sox versus Braves, bottom of the 9th. The count is 3-2 with 2 outs, and Braves infielder Cal Conley is up to bat and violates the rules. He was not alert to the pitcher by the 8-second mark of the pitch timer, so that means an automatic strike. Now, according to the new rules, and the game ends there in a 6-6 tie. Now, the intentions of the new rules are mainly to speed up the game and to keep players safe. Now, the new era of baseball rules will certainly be very interesting, but I know you guys have been to baseball games. It's long.
It goes on and on.
It does. It is a commitment. So I think one of the biggest things is to speed up the game was why that pitch clock was implemented. And they kind of have to make changes because a lot of people lose interest in baseball. It seems a little old-fashioned at times. I don't. I love it. I'm not one of those people. But
it's going to be interesting to see if it brings more people to the stadiums, too.
Yeah. I hope so, because baseball, it's a great pastime. I love sitting there at the ballpark and enjoying that. The bases are changing too, the sizing of the bases, which helps with injury. And maybe with the fact that they're going to be bigger is less space for stolen bases. So that might be kind of an interesting turn of events when the season starts. So Could be fun. We'll see. A lot of people who like it just the way it is, though. Maybe it doesn't work out for them.